So we're in Hendersonville, North Carolina, and this is where we're at. Father of man with autism seeks justice for son shot by terminated sheriff's deputy. February 23rd, 2024. You know the drill. Hendersonville, North Carolina. Zachary Browning was in Knoxville, Tennessee on Friday, February 23rd when he was told over the phone that his son had been shot. Just after 7 a.m. Friday, his son, 25-year-old Matthew Browning, who has autism, was shot in the arm by Joshua Rankin, age 24, a now former deputy with Henderson County Sheriff's Office. 24. Got zero business with a firearm. Sorry. And wait till you see it. Matthew was near Rankin's marked sheriff's vehicle when Zachary said his son was likely confused as to what was going on. Also, not Rankin's marked sheriff's vehicle, taxpayers' marked sheriff's vehicle. He's on the lower functioning end of the spectrum. He's largely nonverbal, Browning said. He gets irritated at things. Then he can't communicate those feelings, so he'll get angry and then just hit something. Browning said that regardless of the circumstances, an officer of the law should have handled the situation differently. He should have, and you will see. People need to be held accountable for their actions, the victim's father said. They're not above the law, none of them. Just straight up blasting like Yosemite Sam out there, that's unacceptable, and it is unacceptable. But people need to be held accountable for their actions. Most people are. You know who are not? Law enforcement. You know why? Qualified immunity. Then when anything does come down, they throw out the most serious charges and they plea down the lesser charges and they get nothing. And you're about to see that play out. Browning said he wants to see more action against the man who hurt his son. He doesn't need a weapon. He said he's dangerous. He's going to hurt or kill somebody else. And he almost did it today. He almost killed my son. Matthew's injuries are non-life-threatening. His family is thankful he will get to return home soon. We're going to help our son, Browning said. We're going to get him taken care of, get him home, and go from there. I'm just thankful he's all right. Anything else related to this incident is being handled by the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, is it? Sure about that? Okay.
And the victim's father, Zachary Browning, spoke with News 13 earlier today after his son was shot by a now terminated sheriff's deputy. News 13's Ed Diorio has also been on this story all day long. He's live near where the shooting happened. Ed, what have you learned?
Well, Ty, what I learned this afternoon was that Zachary Browning is currently in Knoxville, Tennessee. So he was not around for what took place this morning in the altercation involving his son. But what he did tell me is that while he doesn't know exact details about what led to his son being wounded, he is still stunned at the aftermath of what took place. Browning was told over the phone that his son, 25-year-old Matthew Browning, was shot in the arm by now former sheriff's deputy Josh Rankin. Matthew was nearby Rankin's marked sheriff's vehicle, and Zachary said his son was likely confused as to what was going on in the first place.
He's on the lower functioning end of the spectrum, largely nonverbal. He gets irritated at things and he can't communicate those feelings, so he gets angry and he'll hit something.
Browning said that regardless of the circumstances, an officer of the law should have handled the situation differently.
This happens way too often, and it needs to stop. These people need to be held accountable for their actions. They're not above the law, none of them. Just straight up blasting like Yosemite Sam out there, and that's unacceptable.
Browning wants to see more action against the man who hurt his son.
He doesn't need a weapon, period. He's dangerous, and he's going to hurt somebody else or kill somebody else, and he almost did it today. He almost killed my son today.
Matthew's injuries are non-life-threatening. He and his family are thankful he'll get to return home in the near future.
We're going to help our son. We're going to get him taken care of, get him home, and go from there. I'm just thankful he's all right.
And Browning has been fielding calls and texts all day from people trying to check in on Matthew's condition. At the last time I checked, Browning said that his son has been doing better as the day has gone on. Live in Hendersonville tonight, Ed Diorio, News 13.
All right, so let's see what the punishment is. Does it fit the crime? Ex-Henderson County deputy who shot a man from his balcony, that's right, from his balcony, pleads guilty to assault charge. A former off-duty deputy A former off-duty Henderson County Sheriff's deputy who shot a 25-year-old man in February 2024 pled guilty in Henderson County Criminal Superior Court to felony assault with a deadly weapon inflicting serious injury. He should have been charged with attempted murder. District Attorney Andrew Murray announced February 4th, because they are trained to shoot to kill. Based on his training and experience, you don't shoot to maim. Even if it's self-defense, you don't shoot to maim, you shoot to kill. Either he's a bad shot or, I'm just saying. The morning of February 23rd, 2024, then Sheriff's Deputy Joshua Rankin, 26, he's 24, a few months ago, no, he's 20, anyway, this February 2025, 26, saw Matthew Browning, who is autistic and nonverbal, banging his head on Rankin's service vehicle parked at the Brittany Place Apartments off US 64 East in Hendersonville when the shooting occurred, and both men lived. Also, not the deputy's car. Anyway, Rankin used his personal firearm to shoot twice at Browning from his third-floor balcony. Third-floor balcony. This person is such a threat. He's hit the car twice with his head, and this dumbass with his own weapon comes out and not only that, shoots twice from a third-floor balcony. Now, let's think about this. If you are being kidnapped and whatnot, and he's going to show up and he's going to shoot somebody in the arm. And yelled commands at a 25-year-old who calmly walked away from the vehicle after being shot in the upper arm, according to Murray's February 4th news release. After Rankin was arrested last year, he was released the same day on $20,000 bond. After the shooting, the Browning family expressed frustration to the Asheville Citizen-Times that de-escalation tactics had not been used by the sheriff's deputy, who did not approach Browning before shooting him. They don't. They shoot first and ask questions later. De-escalation, they have de-escalation training. They never use it. Why do they never use it? Because there's no accountability. They have no accountability. Why do they have to use any of the training? The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation found that Browning was experiencing a medical episode, and Browning's mother, Mandy Mole, had told the Times that he had sometimes has outbursts or episodes where he bangs his head on objects. Rankin was fired the same day as the shooting by Henderson County Sheriff Lowell Griffin. As the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation took over the case, agents from the SBI determined that lethal force had not been warranted, and Rankin was swiftly charged with felony assault with a deadly weapon. Why not attempted murder? Scott Holmes, a law professor at North Carolina Central University in Durham, later told the Times that there was likely enough circumstantial evidence to indicate that Rankin could have been charged with more serious crime of assault with intent to kill. Thank you. Given the seriousness of the situation and use of force. After pleading guilty, Judge William Stetzer sentenced Rankin to a minimum term of 15 months and a maximum term of 30 months. Suspended, meaning he will serve no jail time. As a convicted felon, Rankin will no longer be able to possess a firearm and will be prohibited from serving as a sworn law enforcement officer. Okay, let's figure this one out. He was arrested and bonded out the same day, so they consider that, I guess, time served. Suspended. He gets 0 time in jail. He gets no time in jail. This criminal gets no time in jail for shooting this autistic 25-year-old in the arm from a third-floor balcony. He just gets to walk free. You can't, oh, they took his license. Okay, and he should have never had one. Psychological evaluations, where are they at? Anyway, I keep saying it, you can't make this up. Also, 92% now of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed. So, I mean, click the button, it's free. And let me know what you think about this. Like, share, and subscribe. This is a complete shit show, but more, 0 accountability. And I'm out.